What's up, everyone? This is Mitch with SC Weather. Hope y'all been having a good day. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about our big pattern change as expected. It's been kind of humid. It's been kind of rainy, and there just hasn't been a lot of that fall crisp air that we had maybe last week and this week. And I think we're going to hang on to that for a few more days here. But I'm here to talk to you about a big pattern change. So there's some cold air coming, and next weekend has the real potential to be a beautiful and possibly just a flat-out chilly weekend here in the southeast. But before we get going, if y'all haven't subscribed, would definitely appreciate it if y'all would. Awesome way to support me, and it's much appreciated y'all just tuning in and watching this video. But what we have here is we have dew points, and this is for tomorrow. So I'm going to flip frames here, and we're going to get going here. And as you can tell here, this is Monday. These are dew points. As mentioned, dew points in the 60s and 70s is very humid. When you get in the 50s, you start to get more of a dry, crisp air feel to the air. But one thing to look at with dew points, it's a good measure to tell where a cold front is, because drier air filters behind cold fronts, and just much cooler air. So when you see these 30s, that's not temperatures in the 30s. I'm going to show you all temperature map here soon. But coming into Tuesday, according to the GFS, it tries to get in here. We got some dry air sneaking into. It's kind of avoiding us here in South Carolina. But what happens is a reinforcement, and this is a big dog cold front about to reinforce the cool air, and this one's going to clear almost everybody in the southeast. And check out those low dew points. This is the lowest dew points of the year. I think Saturday, this coming weekend, has the potential to be quite a chilly day. Just a chilly day for college football for sure. And then it looks like it lets up a little bit, but look at this. And there's a lot of long range signals that are wanting to try to verify this. But these are some very, very low dew points, signifying I wouldn't say an Arctic air mass, but a very cool air mass for this time of the year. So I am starting to think the second half of October, at least the third week of October, is going to be quite chilly. But it hangs around through the end of the run, and then it kind of gets a little humid again. But it looks like there's another front coming through at the end. But this is the Euro, and this is a little bit more closer look at the southeast here. And these are dew points again. As you can tell, dew points are just very humid. They're very high, 60s and 70s. Not very comfortable. Even in the mountains, it's pretty humid for this time of the year. But if you look right here, this is the day. We're getting further in time, getting to Tuesday. And the Euro wants to sneak drier air in with that first push of the cold front. It wants to definitely cover more of an area, which would lead to much more cooler temperatures midweek, as opposed to what the GFS is saying with kind of delaying the cooler air. But, it kind of, that dry air lingers around. But here comes the big dog right here, the one that really wants to move in over the weekend. Cool. The good thing about this, good as in if you'd like cool air or not, but the good thing as is, it's verifying basically the GFS and the European agree with this big cool down potentially next weekend. That's dew points in the 30s and 20s. That lets me know that daytime highs, low temperatures are going to have a potential to get really low. This is some really dry air across the southeast for this time of the year, 30s and 20s. So big time cool air mass. When we go through the entire run and it kind of sticks around here, we kind of get in la-la land here, which means it gets a lot more inaccurate. But man, that's another big time cold front about to work through at the end of the run here on the October 20th range. But as far as what the temperatures look like, because I think this is the more important thing to kind of look at here, is I think it'll be a warm week, really. Monday, you're pretty much in the 80s for a lot of the state. But, you get into Tuesday, and this is per the GFS, still a warm day, say Tuesday. Highs soaring to the 80s, pushing close to 90 degrees in spots. But you start to get that cooler air that kind of comes through in that first wave, or that first cool front. Doesn't quite make it through South Carolina. But let's get on here to Thursday. This is what I really want to show you for the weekend. Low temperatures in 30s. That's close to kind of a frost territory there for Tennessee. And then it pushes through us overnight Friday into Saturday, giving us dropping temperatures into the 40s and 30s for parts of the southeast. And check it out. This is the day, and the cold front hasn't pushed through Florida, so it's still very warm, but this is your Saturday. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s, even 50s in spots for high temperatures Saturday. So beautiful football weather here in the southeast, but look how cool it gets Saturday night into Sunday morning for sure. But the coolest air mass comes behind that, which we start to get pretty far out. We're starting to get into the 8 to 9 day range. But these are high temperatures over here in the 50s and 40s. So this is the third kind of front that reinforces the cool air again. Check out Florida. The fronts just ain't making it all the way down there. They are baking in the 80s and 90s. But this is the big cold front that might bring the first frost and freezes to areas in the mid-south and even southeast, even us. And you get to, and guys, this is pretty far out. This is 252 hours out. But I do think the third week of October is going to be an area to watch for the first frost and freezes of areas outside of the mountains. It looks like a widespread freeze here. There's been kind of a signal there, so I think this thing does have some legs. I do think this has the potential to verify somewhat, but a very cool air mass definitely showing up in the long range. And the Euro really just as cool, but you know, the Euro is a little bit cooler midweek. Definitely is not as hot as the GFS because it has a little bit more cool air that works in. But the European wants to have some nice, comfortable Wednesday morning temperatures in the 50s and things for most of the southeast. You know, and really, it shows a really nice, really second half of the week for sure. But check out this cool air that is going to make a very chilly weekend across the southeast. You know, we get into Saturday morning here, very chilly morning, but high temperatures, even cooler than what the GFS is showing. 50s for highs and 60s. 60s for highs as far south as the panhandle of Florida. So I do think just a chilly morning. Look at this entrenched cool air, almost like working in from the northeast here. Chilly morning here Sunday morning, next Sunday morning. But here comes that reinforcement that really might cool us down. But of course, this looks like a stout cold front right here. This is that third reinforcing front, if you will. This is kind of far out, and European only goes 240 hours out. But we need to watch this. But so basically, what I'm saying is we've had some warm weather, humid weather the past several days, and looks like we might have a few more days ahead of us like that. But times are about to change, and it does look like it's about to cool down again. That's an impressive signal by the EPS here. Basically the ensembles here, and basically the GEFS shows kind of the same thing. I'm sorry, this run hasn't fully went through yet, but from the old run, it pretty much kind of signals the same thing here. Just that dip that you really want to see in the winter for winter storms that forces low pressures to kind of work this way with enough cool air on top here to put a nice winter storm some places of the southeast. So last thing I want to show you is Temp Anomalies, which is temperatures compared to average at this time of the year. So obviously high temperatures are starting to cool, low temperatures are starting to cool as we get deeper into the year. But we get into Friday and check it out. Most of the East Coast is in the blues and purples, and just signifying that big pattern change. And man, look at this. This is that third front I'm telling you about that I think really can deliver frost and freezes for areas outside the mountains in the southeast here in the next 7 to 10 days. But man, that is an impressive area of cool air that might work its way, like I said, here in the third week of October. But we're going to watch that and see how it happens. But much cooler times ahead, that's for sure. And that's a big one right there at the end of the run. But this is 384 hours out, almost all the way up to Halloween. So this is very inaccurate this far out. But that's all I got, guys. Expect much cooler air to work in here in the next several days. Y'all have a blessed night.